version 2. And also, you may have seen some things that are a little bit different on the channel, and we will talk about that in just a minute. Baked Beans version 2. I've had a couple of requests of people, people asking me to review this and tell them what I think about it. Um, this is kind of a different one. I know, is it either Kratos, the guy that ran Baked Beans One? There was a big falling out over there with the other founder, and so Kratos, the original one, broke off and is doing his own thing and released Baked Beans Two. I think the last guy really didn't like the idea of. Anyway, yeah, I won't get into the whole reasons why, but there was a big falling out, and they parted ways. They had different ideas around what makes a good DApp and whatnot. There's a couple things I like about this DApp, and there's a couple things that I don't. Now, in full disclosure, I'm not getting paid by these guys. I am not leaving any referral links. We'll come to that after this review. And yeah, I put in a little bit. It's like $100 worth into this, but I did it when the balance was about, I think it was about 2,000 BNB. The problem I have right now is that the balance has gotten up here and it's kind of slowed down a little bit. I mean, it's not like there's still people investing, but it's not like the first day when people put in, I think it was like 1,300 BNB in the first day, which is a really good thing. Let's see if it went up recently. Yeah, it went up just about 20 BNB just since we've been talking, but it hasn't been going that fast recently. So let's talk about it. Baked Beans is the same thing. Actually, it's not. It looks very similar, but the mechanisms behind it are different. Now, I know Kratos and also Jack from Frostflakes, they might be watching this video, and I am just very I'm friends with these guys, but I also want to tell people the good things about dApps and the bad things about dApps, and I'm going to review both of those. So if you guys are listening, I'm sorry, but I just am very critical on dApps, and I will just kind of say it how it is. So yeah, it's up to 6% daily. I don't like that 6% daily, and mainly it's high, but also the reason why you get 6% daily, I just don't like it. Next is similar thing. If you've noticed, your BNB invested here is going to be the same as a million beans is equal to 1 BNB. I'm not seeing any inflation, so your rewards will not slowly diminish over time, because the beans are tied to the price or the number of BNB you have invested, and you'll get that return. Same thing, rebake, eat. Now there's a timer down here that's going to show you how long it's been since you ate last, and you have to go over at least, I think it's 216 hours. We'll go over the white paper before you can eat without getting a tax. I think if it's within the first day, you get like 90% tax, and then 80 on the next day, and 70 on the next day, and on and on and on. So it's only after, I think, the 9th day it goes up to 216 hours, and then you can eat without having that tax. And then after the 10th day, this resets and goes back, and you start the process all over again. Minimum, you have to put in 1/100th of a BNB, and you can only compound when you get up to 1/100th of a BNB as well. Basically, that 0.4 that I put in, I'm a bit more than that 0.1, so I can per day, so I can keep compounding that every day. Similar stuff, just returns 3 to 6%. It's going to be just 3 to 6%. It's a pretty flat fee. It's a static rewards pool. We talked about the taxes, blah blah blah. Frostflakes has a partnership with them, mainly because Jack from Frostflakes over there, he actually wrote the contract for this. So there's actually a lot of similarities between Frostflakes and Baked Beans too. It has referrals where you can earn 5% of the downline BNB deposit. You get that 5%, but also you get more than that, and I'll show you in a minute. And this is the part that I really don't like about this, is the referral system. I wish they would have just kind of done away with it altogether. And I understand, it might push some people into, jump into this, but I think it's better to just have a level playing field. Down at the bottom, they have a lot of their socials. I won't talk about a lot of those, but we'll go to their documentation here, the white paper. A lot of this is just pretty standard stuff. Blah, 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 blah. This one is, I think, the one that gives more details. Yeah, it's similar to the Baked Beans contract, but it does not give you doesn't give you more based on if your referral compounds later or adds more, something like that. So you just get the one-time fee plus more, but I'll talk about that in a second. You get the one-time referral bonus, but that's not really all you get off of the referrals, because if you get 1 to 9 referrals, you get the standard 3% daily rewards. Everybody's going to get that. If you get 10 to 24 referrals, you get an extra 0.5% a day, which compounded daily over a month or two is actually quite a bit. And then it goes up and up and up. And I know some of these guys that are getting 100, 200 referrals. And so they're making 5.5%, while everybody else is getting like 3%. So not only are they getting the 5% of the deposit, of your deposit, but they're also getting additional returns on top of that throughout the contract. So I just don't know why they did this. I don't understand it. I would have just rather left it at a flat rate for everybody. Give them, if you're using a referral, maybe give them a little bit and stick it in their deposit amount or something, but not give them extra on top of the one-time referral bonus. I just don't know. I just don't know why they did that. It's got a max wallet, so it's 200 BNB per wallet. Max withdraws the same as let's see, your max withdraws 300% of the BNB deposit in your wallet. Once you hit that 300%, you're done, which I don't know. As you compound, that just goes up, and I just don't know if that does any good. This talks about the taxes going in here, so make sure you get past that 216 hours to get away from any taxes. Other than that, they have a giveaway wallet that those taxes go into. 50% goes into a giveaway, which is a community thing. The external revenue, they talk about this briefly on here, and this is one thing that I'm really looking for Kratos to give more direction on, because they say they're going to be utilizing bots, manual trading, and pancakes, pools, and farms. So it's very similar to Frostflakes. But I don't see anything on the sites. I don't see any information that this is actually happening, or when they're going to do that or start that. So I'm looking for that. Talks about the team, community. They have Jack here as the developer. Anyway, that's kind of the rundown of just the basics of it. like I said, the project balance, shot up really quick and is, I'm not going to say leveled off, but it has slowly still been going up. To be honest, I'm not putting more into it right now, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's totally up to you to decide. But if this has no other revenue coming in yet, they need to start picking that up or do something about that. Going into the contract, so this isn't a typical contract that you see of others, and this can be good or bad. This is what's called, you can see it here, it's called a proxy contract. Now what this does is it puts this contract here in place, and it basically points to another contract, and that can be changed where it points to. What that means is they can actually change the contract as things go on. They could go in and change any of the code behind the logic behind it. That can be good, it can be bad. So you have to be, understand the risk and reward there. The risk is they could change the code and just rip everything out of it and run away. Obviously that would be a rug pull. That's available to them. The other part of that is the benefit is if they have a problem in the contract or if they want a new feature, they can write that in and change it and move on, and make things better as they go, which is great. They're not locked into something. So if you look at this, this is going to be all just, it's not going to have any logic here about what's in the contract. Before we actually go into the details of the contract, we can look at the analytics and see the balance. The lowest balance was the first day. It went up to 1453 BNB the first day. And right now, obviously, we're over 4,300, and it's still climbing. But that's up to you, whether you think it's something that's ready, you wanted to get in on. Obviously, I'm not leaving any referrals, so I have nothing to gain by this. So, and I'm not going to say, hey, I'm making a bunch of money either. I'm making 3% like the rest of everybody else. I'm not making any referrals on this. If we go to Reader's Project Proxy, I can click on this, and this is the actual contract that does the, it's the Baked Beans v25 2.5. Probably it's a minor version release. Yeah, like I said, it's got, Jack Trippers. He is the developer. Did Frost Flakes, and the rest of this is just, I've been looking to see if it had any kind of inflation, and I verified it doesn't. BNB per bean, it's static, so you're going to get the same amount every single time. Whether you buy now or buy a month from now, it's still going to be the same thing. Yeah, there is a withdrawal fee, marketing fees. There's all the fees. I wish they just put it in one, then they can divvy it up afterwards. Yeah, there's nothing crazy in here. Yeah, they just have the bake. Just has to be over 0.01 BNB to bake. Eat. Blah, blah, blah. Here is the taxes. The time, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, this is probably boring stuff. It's not a big deal. But yeah, this is the daily reward. This is where it calculates how much you're getting per day. And it's all based on referrals. If you have a referral count less than 10, you're going to get 3%. If it's less than 25, you're going to get 3.5%, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I really wish they would have gone the far other direction from Baked Beans 1, where it really gave a lot to the YouTubers and stuff like that, and moved back to a more conservative and minimalistic or even non-existent referral system. And this is not that. I mean, basically, anybody with a big channel could get on here and they'd be making 6%, while those people that signed up on the referral would be getting half that. I mean, that's insane to me. So I don't like that. Maybe they could change it, but I don't know if they're going to do it this late in the game, so whatever. Anyway, guys, that's basically baked beans. There's nothing really any concerning like code in here that's going to, you know, make this thing not work correctly, or, you know, like I said, there is risk. Obviously, there's always risk. We're in DeFi, something gets rugged and it's gone. But seeing as, you know, both the owner and developer have been in past projects and never did that, that's likely not going to happen here. So, but it is DeFi and there's always risk, and I'm going to bring up that risk. So anyway, guys, that's what I think about baked beans. I like its idea. I just don't like that referrals, which that's how you get that 6% daily. There's no other way to get that 6% unless you get a whole bunch of referrals. Otherwise, everybody else is getting 3%. With that, guys, if you look on my videos now, you will see a join button. I started a subscription service. It's $4.99 a month, and that I'm going to put videos like this where I evaluate projects and their contracts, and I'm going to put those under my subscription service. Also, there'll be links and things to other projects that I get in on early, and also my own dApps that I'm releasing soon. There'll be links there and videos on those projects as they come out, so that'll be early access to those. So I'm really trying to get away from, you know, other YouTubers leaving referral links. I do not want to do that. If you see value in my videos, you can subscribe to my video, you know, join the community, pay that, you know, monthly fee, which will probably cost you less than a YouTuber that's sucking up contract balances of these things. So that's kind of the idea. You know, I'm trying to monetize it. I'm not expecting, you know, tons of people to join and make, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars a month doing this, but something just to, you know, make it worth my time building these videos and reviewing these applications. Yeah, anyway, I've got some more coming up on some more of the bot projects that are out. One that just released today, a few hours ago. I will be reviewing that. I might just leave that in the community, just a link to it and just a summary of my thoughts on that. So pay attention to that in the community section of YouTube. Anyway, guys, if you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video. If you don't like it, hit the dislike twice, you know, all the blah, blah, blah. Hit the bell notifications so you know when other public videos are released, and we will catch you guys in the next one.